As President Biden ramps up his reelection campaign, voters are expressing concerns about his bid. A recent CBS News poll found only 34% of voters think the president would actually finish a second term. 55% say the same about former President Donald Trump. So we turn now to California Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom, who joins us. Governor, thank you for doing so. You are here in your personal and political capacity on behalf of the Biden campaign. So when you see numbers like those, people doubting whether or not the 80-year-old president would even be able to fulfill a second term, what do you make of that?
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, can't deny this snapshot, this moment in time. But, you know, as my mom used to remind me, that the future is not something to experience, it's something to manifest. It's decisions, not conditions, that determine our fate and future, including polling. And so our job is to make a case anew for the Biden record for the next 4 years, to compare and contrast our approach, which is as different as daylight and darkness, between the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, and that's why I'm here.
You are going to be here again on behalf of the Democratic Party. What are you anticipating tonight? What is it you're listening for as these 7 Republicans gather at the Reagan Library?
Well, I mean, look, one is prone to a little hyperbole, particularly the pre-debate rebuttal of sorts, the pre-buttal, to be a little partisan. But I really mean this. This is a vice presidential debate at best. This is the JV team. Donald Trump is running away with this. Not just a double-digit lead, 40+% in a poll that just came out today, speaking of polls. So this is the XFL, and it's entertainment, I guess. And I'm here to witness it, watch it, but I'm also here to call out the BS and the misinformation, and to make a case, again, for the Biden record.
What is the biggest piece of misinformation you think this so-called JV squad has been peddling? What concerns you the most?
Well, across the board. I mean, they sell fear and panic around border and crime, but they sell common indifference around things like climate change and rights, fundamental hard-earned rights. Let me be more specific. They're arguing to bring us back to a pre-1960s world, America in reverse. And if you think I'm exaggerating, consider their record on voting rights, civil rights, LGBTQ rights, on women's rights, not just as it relates to abortion access, but contraception, where Nikki Haley herself said women don't care about contraception. This is a very serious moment in America's history. We also have a likely nominee in Donald Trump that has tried to vandalize democracy, that still is in denial that he lost the election. So this is a profound moment in my lifetime, our lifetime collectively, and a lot of the misinformation that they've been spewing on the campaign trail, I imagine, will be on steroids tonight as all 7 of them line up in a desperate attempt to keep their campaigns alive.
You know, one of the things they may go after you on, and Democrats more broadly, is crime, is how Democrats are trying to address gun violence. You've signed laws just this week that tweak, once again, the state's concealed carry laws, essentially default all commercial establishments to gun-free zones unless those businesses say otherwise. You're going to impose an 11% tax, is it, on ammunition and firearms, money that's supposed to go towards violence prevention programs, school safety issues, but you know they're going to get challenged in court. Yep. Why is it that those new laws are going to somehow solve the issue of gun violence in California?
No, because we have the receipts. California has led the modern gun rights movement. By the way, it was Ronald Reagan himself, 1967, that established the first framework on common sense gun safety. Ronald Reagan, by the way, in 1989, infamously was opposed to assault rifles. I mean, I imagine that won't come up in tonight's debate. But more important than anything else, we have the data to bear fruit. Gun safety saves lives. It's not even debatable. Let me be specific. You've got states like Florida, states like Texas, with 66% higher and 75% higher gun death rates than the state of California. So our policies work. They promote public safety. They promote common sense. And we're living in a country where the #1 killer of our children, #1, is weapons, is guns. And these guys have nothing to say about it. In fact, they don't even believe in background checks, concealed carry, no background checks. They want domestic violence felons to be able to be in possession of these weapons. So this is daylight and darkness in terms of the approach and contrast. But the bottom line is we have the receipts. Gun safety saves lives.
Real quick, why is it that you want to debate Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on Fox News in late November?
I particularly don't. I just think it's extraordinary that he does. He's running for president of the United States. I'm not. I think it's a disqualifier for him. I'm actually quite embarrassed that he wants to do that. He put out an ad today before his presidential debate at the Reagan Library promoting this debate. It's 2 against 1. It will be on Fox with Sean Hannity. No notes, no preconditions, except we just don't want it to be a performance with a large audience going back and forth. It's beyond me. He wants to do it.
Why do you trust this venue? I mean, why bother?
Because his zest for demonization is particularly unique, Ron DeSantis. His willingness to scapegoat vulnerable communities is particularly distinctive. He's been on a book banning binge. 40% of the books that have been banned in the United States in the last calendar year have been in his state. He's banning speech. He's criminalizing teachers and librarians. But here's the answer to your question. You want the honest answer? It was when he attacked the Special Olympics, when he attacked Special Olympians and threatened to fine them with $27 million fines. I couldn't take that. And so I want to defend vulnerable communities. I want to defend democracy. I want to defend our values. And so I said anytime, any place, anywhere. I said that over a year ago. It's evergreen. He wants to do this. I'm happy to do it. But it's disqualifying for him as a presidential candidate to be baiting some guy in California.
Well, between now and then, hopefully you'll spend some more time with us here on CBS. You've been very generous with your time this week and today on behalf of the Biden-Harris campaign. Great to be in your state again, Governor, and we thank you for taking the time.
Great to have you. Wonderful to have you. Thanks for having me on.
So now let's bring in Gary Dietrich. He's a political analyst at CBS News Sacramento, our CBS station in this state's capital city. Good to have you with us.
Good to be with you, Ed. Thanks for coming to California.
Well, thank you for arranging for the good weather.
Well,
we appreciate it.
We did our best.
You sit there in the state capitol and you watch your governor spending time with us, the out-of-state press,
right,
traveling the country on behalf of the Biden-Harris campaign. At least that's what he says he's doing. What does everyone think in Sacramento he's really up to?
Well, I think everybody's already made the obvious decision, and that is he's running for president, Ed. It's just a matter, does he get a shot by some happenstance next year, or is it 28? But I mean, $10 million out of his own campaign pack to start this red state, blitz. Now he's doing a red state focused debate with Fox News Channel coming up in November. I think everybody assumes, campaigning in DeSantis' state, it's on. It's on.
And it's not abnormal for a California governor to think, why not me? Right?
To look in the mirror
Reagan,
and say, I'm it.
Jerry Brown,
right.
Pete Wilson, they've all flirted with this.
Yeah. And you know what? The Biden-Harris people have made no bones about the fact they like his current position. They're a little nervous earlier on, right, when they had these rumblings about Gavin for president. But now that he's taken on kind of the chief attack dog role, they're happy with that.
Because either way, he's helping out a president that's revered by most of the party, even if they don't want him running again. And then he can battle test some lines and see how things might go.
And the other thing is, be in the good graces of the incumbent.
Right.
What's there not to like about that, right? And especially because, let's not forget the fact that when she ran herself, Kamala Harris was polling in 3rd place here in California for that primary. So that isn't lost on a Gavin Newsom, who's won now 3 elections in the state.
And last time we saw him doing this kind of thing, in fact, he was a surrogate for Kamala Harris's failed presidential bid, visiting Atlanta and other places to do spin room stuff after the debates. You were reminding us that despite using this beautiful backdrop that pays reference to a very important Republican president, California is going to have a more interesting primary next year, both because it's earlier in the calendar and because of the tweaks they've had to make in their delicate allocation laws or rules that were established by the Republican National Committee, but that really transform the way presidential primaries, at least, will be held in the state.
This is exceptionally important. And we used to be in June, literally. And we were basically an afterthought in the primary process. Moved up to the first Tuesday in March, Super Tuesday. But here's the real key. The California GOP decided if you win 50% of the vote plus 1, you get all of the primary delegates. Ed, that's 14% of what you need to get the nomination. So all these folks here tonight will be doing everything they can to keep Trump under that 50%. So this debate tonight is important for Trump as it is for these guys.
Because it used to be that they would dole out delegates at a congressional district level to some extent. So you might have targeted Orange County, or you might have gone to Northern California or the LA area. Now you got to blanket the state, sort of in a traditional statewide campaign. It requires a lot of money to spend a lot of time advertising.
And if Trump or anybody else doesn't get 50%, then they will be proportionally distributed.
So it incentivizes a 2- or 3-way race come Super Tuesday if you can split everyone across the state.
That's exactly right. People ask me, why would the GOP come to California? Well, they're coming to the Mecca, right? Ronald Reagan's library. But also for this reason, because, you know, Trump gets that 14% on top of whatever else he's gotten. It's going to be awfully tough. If they can divvy those up proportionally, some of these other candidates may still have a shot.
Real quick, we talked to him a little bit about these new gun laws that were signed this week by him, tweaking concealed carry, you know, making changes to or this tax on guns and ammo.
First time in the country. Yeah,
it's going to generate about $160 million for school prevention and other things. But the other thing they want to do is he keeps calling for a constitutional convention. How would that work?
Well, this is a really big deal. First of all, lawsuits filed the next day after these bills were signed by Governor Newsom. But here's the deal. He said even after we sign these bills, well, really it's going to happen at the federal level, and that's why he keeps calling for this constitutional convention. The problem is this. If he called for a constitutional convention, there's
to deal with gun violence primarily.
He has 4 specific things, I won't go into them right now, about gun violence, underage, under 21, etc. But here's the deal. His own party said, listen, the majority of legislatures are constituted by Republicans. You throw it wide open to a constitutional convention, there's nothing to prevent them from bringing all of their own constitutional provisions. So a lot of Democrats, even his own party, saying, nix this constitutional convention idea, but he's all in.
Well, we'll see what happens, because politics are big in California. Policy is big in California, because what happens here often gets adopted elsewhere. Gary Dietrich, CBS News Sacramento. Good to meet you in person.
My pleasure.
We'll do this again, either on this coast or
someplace
over the beauty of satellites. Appreciate seeing you. And we'll talk to you again soon.